Hi, hello, and good evening. It is, what is it? It is October 12th. And we are discussing Big Brother 25 tonight. Kind of an anticlimactic week. I feel like it's almost like a do-over. We kind of got the same result that we got a few weeks ago, right before that BB zombie twist. But we did get to see Otep, right? That's fun. We finally got to see Cirie on the block, which honestly was not as momentous as we would have thought it would be because he was against Cam. We already knew exactly how that was going to go, but a couple of things to talk about. Obviously, we got Julie Judgment. I feel like she dressed appropriately for the womp of an evening this was. And we have a new map from BB Junkie, so like a couple of things to do, so let's get into it. My goodness gracious, that theme is already starting to look like the March of the Fallen Soldiers, right? It's starting to get rough. Lots of black and white faces. I'm your boy, Kyle Petty, and I am joined, as always, by my festy besties, John Dunphy and Gina Regino. And this is Strat Chat, arguably your favorite reality TV podcast. You can find us on all the social Strat Chat Pod, including Blue Sky, even though we're not actively posting there. I've kind of given up on this whole sucker. But that's all right. If you would just join us there, maybe we'd have a little bit more, motivation to actually post. All right, we got the invite codes. Like, come on down to the Blue Sky, where the skies are blue and blue.
Oh man,
so stupid.
Yeah, I'm already laughing at the comment section.
I know,
right from the jump.
Stupid. I really do feel like that we are all looking exquisite. I thought that was actually really cute, though. Give Julie a couple of flowers because honestly, tonight she didn't look exquisite.
I want to say though, my thing, like, I think it's so funny that like exquisite became the bit, and Corey coming in and being like, "You look good," was the funniest thing he could have done. But then later he like lied about it and told them that he said like, "No, you're like very exquisite." I'm like, "What? The thing you actually said was so much funnier."
Right. I don't understand. Why would you lie about it?
Gosh. The more I watch Corey, the less impressed I am with this man.
It was such a funny moment. I was like, why would you lie and make it less funny?
Right.
Do you think there was some kind of like thing going on though, where it was like if somebody doesn't say exquisite, like they have to do all the dishes this week or something? Like, so he didn't want to fess up to lying. Like, it's such a weird thing to lie about, though.
It was so bizarre.
Just whack. I think he just thinks he's really hysterical, and like we're not into the joke. We don't.
But
really
it was so funny. The real thing he did was funny.
Yes, until he ruined it. Like he killed the funny is the problem, and it's like you can't even get out of your own way. I'm sorry. He's been on a downward spiral with me ever since he was eating boogers. Like, I'm done now. I'm done. Trissy said, "Oh, this is y'all's king. He's eating boogers." And it's like,
I also feel like
so gross.
Yeah, like I also feel like with Corey, like he's definitely like he does things behind the scenes, right? Like that he's won one HOH, but like I feel like he kind of fell into that, like, and then he hasn't won anything since then. And like the way that he like talks game and talks strategy, like, is a little grating. You know what I mean? Like, Cirie hasn't won anything, but the way that she plays socially, like, is just impressive and it's fun to watch. Whereas, like, Corey, it's like you're not really doing anything in there, but you're being like very demanding and bossy of everybody. Like,
right. I don't know. This kind of gives me the ick. I'm gonna show Matt's comment. That's nasty. So where did we leave off? We kind of already knew that Cam was going up, right? We kind of discussed that on Monday, but Tuesday, we did see the events that kind of led up to that. And honestly, like, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's anything groundbreaking social strategy wise that kind of came from Tuesday night. It was just very fun for me to see the return of Zingbot, right? And Otev, of course. What was your favorite Zing?
Corey's. Corey's was so good.
I was like uncomfortable. It was so zingy.
It was so they read him to filth.
And still had no effect on the game though, which is interesting. Because I feel like I would take some of what Zingbot says to kind of like, like should I tweak some of this a little bit? You know, because like there's certainly clues in there that he's like certainly a little bit more crafty than like, you know, we might have believed. But no, everyone's just blind to it. Just put Cam up.
Yeah.
Do we still think that Bowie backdooring Cam was the best decision? Like for Bowie?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
I was hoping to get some clarity around this, you know, because that was certainly a major topic of conversation on Monday, right? Like whether or not we think Bowie made the right decision, and like let's just see how the thing plays out. But like,
I genuinely think she's the only person in the house that shouldn't have put him up. Like she is the only person right now that would benefit from keeping him.
Yeah, like there
is crazy.
I feel like there are a couple other people that it wouldn't be like the worst decision possible to keep Cam. Like I still think that people should be going after like a Corey or something, but like for Bowie, it's definitely like the most sense is to keep Cameron above anyone else. Like it makes the most sense for her to keep him. But I feel like this is also like this cast just like it doesn't matter how long you've been working with someone or how closely or not or whatever. Like this cast does not go back to their supposed allies and check with them on anything. And it's happened now twice with Cameron too, because the whole thing with Cameron and Red and how they kind of split up. Somebody told Red that Cameron was throwing him under the bus. Red never went to talk to Cameron about it. And they like stopped working together. And then now this week we had Bowie and Cam have been pretty close. I think it was Jag, right, was telling Bowie that like Cameron was throwing her under the bus and all that stuff. She never went to have a conversation with him. It was just, oh, I got to put him up. It's like they don't like actually check on the information at all or try to get any clarity from these people. It's weird.
Well, like, the other unfortunate thing about this move is like, granted, with what we have seen in the season so far, like her path to the end is not really a great one anyway, but like maybe there is a world in which Bowie Jane now turns on her game face and like from now until the end of the game she's game. If she's in the final two chairs, the first juror that you just sent out of the house is the person that had your back and you turned on him and you betrayed him. Like that's not how you want to send somebody into the jury house. Granted, I don't think she's going to have the votes to win, whether Cameron votes for her or not.
Right.
But like, that's not, now is not the time. You know?
Yeah. And I know Kyle's been saying it the last few weeks. Like Bowie seems like she's everybody's third. You know, like I know you've said that a number of times, Kyle. Like the fact that you just sent like Bowie just sent arguably her biggest ally into the jury house first, like you said, Gina. And everyone that's left in there, no one considers her more than like the third wheel. So it's like, what really are you trying to do here, Bowie? Like, I don't know.
Right. I think at this stage, her only path forward is if someone's duo gets broken up, which arguably is not necessarily a bad strategy if people do want to keep you safe, right? Because it's the duos that are all going to be targeted. So your Jags and Mats, your well, Cirie and who?
Blue? I don't know. They've been talking a lot.
Right. Cirie and Blue, Cirie and Felicia. It depends on where you think. I feel like the Cirie and Felicia thing is done, but do the people in the house see it that way? That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But there's too many like Corey in America. There's too many other duos. I don't know. Like,
but unfortunately, again, it's like, yeah, that would be a good strategy, but like Bowie Jane was the HOH this week, and I still think we got maybe one DR from her in this episode. Like, I feel like if at this point that is what happens, she's falling into it by accident. Like, I'm not convinced that she has enough game sense to be like, all right, well, it's a game of duos, and as they lose their other person, they're going to want to bring somebody in, and that's where I'm going to sweep it. I don't think she has the foresight to think about that.
Damn. House ready.
Well, I mean, if we got DRs from her this week being like, this is my strategy, this is my game, this is everything I'm thinking, I might feel differently. But we still barely got any of her as the HOH, you know?
Yeah, Bowie really does
have
feel...
no idea what she's thinking.
Right. Bowie really does feel... I think Gina said this last week, or maybe on Monday even, like, Bowie really does feel like the Jessica Milagros of this season.
Yeah.
Really, she really does. It's a great comparison.
Damn. Where'd we go from here? So we saw Otev. I thought this Otev was like, I don't know, kind of sucky. Like,
yeah, this was a lame one by the usual standards, I feel like.
Okay, thank God. I was so scared.
Well,
I went into head and I'm like, kind of sucker.
No, because it's like we're in an extended season. This is the longest Big Brother season that we've ever gotten, and you take two of the iconic Big Brother things and smush them into 1 week when we've had so much time of like nothing happening, weeks that don't count, filler weeks. Now you give us two of our like most anticipated things of the season and just be like, nah, just do it at the same time. No, I don't want Zingbot and Otev.
And drop the quality like significantly.
Yeah.
Like this Otev, like for me, really, really wasn't it. Like, I don't know, there's only water rushing down. That doesn't look very challenging to me. Right. Like,
I mean, a case in point, you saw multiple people. I think Felicia did it, Cirie did it. Like they walked up the ramp without even holding onto the ropes.
Right.
They just walked.
I mean, if water is just rushing down, I mean, that's nothing more than walking up like a city hill. You know,
I was like, why am I watching like why am I watching
drunk.
people not even struggle? Like the whole point is like you have to work your way up with the rope. They just walked on up.
Sucked. Really, really sucked. And like when I see Otev, I always unless I don't know, like unless I'm just remembering things incorrectly. I most certainly remember them bringing like two things up. Like it was never just one thing that you had to look for. It was always like one and one. Like bring me the recipe that makes the blah blah blah. You know, like you had to find two people. You know what I mean? It's like just coming up with one. I thought
they
it was
still
really
had
whack.
two, didn't they? Or was it only some of them had two?
I think it was like a couple of, maybe like the first round and the last round might have been two, but I feel like most of them it felt like were just one. That's what I thought anyway.
Yeah, because I remember very vividly seeing like Jag had made a comment like, "Oh, I just want to make sure I just grab all these like as I'm finding them and just keep them over here." And it's like, well, that's very easy to do if you only need one person each and every time. Like, where are the martinis?
No, because there definitely was
ingredients.
There definitely was one that was like the two first evicted house guests because that one
that's when the Cirie got all bungled up on.
Right, which I don't blame her for because that was a confusing one because if you're thinking if you're thinking about it, technically Luke was the first house guest to leave.
But so that wasn't the question though. The question was evicted and he wasn't actually evicted.
Yeah, but I can see the confusion of if you're thinking of like the second and third people to leave the game. That you're thinking Kirsten and Riley and not Riley.
Right.
And
I think that's very sweet of you to say, but I would not expect for Cirie to make an error like that, especially in a game where everyone else got that right. Like you have played a game like this several times, and like you should know better to know that like that word evicted means something, especially under these circumstances. I certainly expected better from Cirie in this moment. Sorry, she failed. The word was evicted, and you went up there with Luke. Like, no, it was you didn't go up there with Luke, but you counted him in this entire thing. And it's like, I don't know,
right,
kind of weak. Come on, girl. Come on, you played Survivor 4 times. We keep calling you queen. You running up there with the wrong answers. Like, come on semantics.
I mean, to be fair, Zingbot did drag her a bit too about her losing on an island. So,
oh yeah,
that was a really good one too. My jaw dropped when I heard that one.
Yeah, we should have been better prepared having some of these things like up. I was just so underwhelmed with the episode as a whole that like I didn't even think to do it. Maybe Monday we can have some fun with that.
Even Mimi got a zing and she's not even in the house no more.
I know. I mean, credit to Cam for like, oh, she's catching strays. She's not even in here. It's like, but I had the same exact thought.
Have they done that before? Zing somebody
No.
that's not even there anymore?
No,
Like,
that's
to
never
my
happened.
knowledge.
As far as I know, that's never happened.
I feel like there's a part of me that feels like, oh, that's so cold. Like that's such a cold thing to do. But at the same time, Mimi probably almost liked it. Like I'm not there anymore, and they're still talking about me.
Loved it.
Like
No,
I feel like I would
still
like
get
it.
my zing bot.
I think she did like it. She tweeted about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't follow her, but it was retweeted by somebody else.
I remember seeing a tweet. I don't remember what it said.
Yeah, oof.
I saw her live tweeting during the episode tonight.
Oh, yeah, she said, Zingbot coming from my neck, and all I can say is iconic with this gift from the very first like premiere episode. Yeah, really, really fun. No, she's a good sport. She's a really, really good sport. Yeah, I would find that to be I would find it to be kind of respectful. Like if I was sitting at home watching this, I'm like, oh, y'all ain't forget about me yet.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bad. But yeah, so there's that. So needless to say, at the end of this, Cam ended up on the block, backdoored, by the way of Jag. Jag took Miss Felicia down, and Bowie Jane put up Cam. So very stupid.
Which I'm surprised that we didn't in the edit get the reason why he took Felicia down, which was because Cirie asked him to. Like, why did we just brush past that whole conversation that like the reason he went with Felicia was because Cirie was like, take her down?
When was this? Did you watch that on, what was that, on feeds?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. The reason why Felicia was taken down was because Cirie asked Jag to take Felicia down instead of her.
There has been a small part of me that has been thinking that like Cirie doesn't even care if she goes, like not that she doesn't want to win, like as long as she can stay in and like get as far as she can and maybe win the game, like.
She's
but
down,
I feel like there's also
I think from
I feel like there's
day
a part
one,
of her that's like just like
yeah, if I go,
whatever.
I go.
Whatever.
I mean, I think from
absolutely.
I think from day one she was there for Jared. She wasn't there for her. I don't think she was ever in this game for herself to win. I think she was in it for Jared.
You do? I think in the beginning, I think she did care a little bit. I think she did care like for herself, but I think she's pooped.
I don't know. I think it was for Jared.
Damn.
Do you think that she wouldn't have wanted to appear on the season then if Jared wasn't cast or whatever? I mean, like, were they cast at the same time? Who knows? Like, maybe if they weren't coming as a package deal, she would have been like, I
think they were recruited as a pair.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I think Jared, I don't remember if it was in an exit interview or whatever it was, but I think Jared had mentioned that he was approached like a year ago.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a lot of time to prepare. And he did terrible.
Right. Just awful. Just absolutely terrible. I knew there was something I forgot. I forgot to get my draft team together. That's all right. I did change the graphic. Don't mind me. Because obviously I took a hit tonight. Team Petty took an L. I hate that Gina's doing so well. It makes me crazy. I guess we don't have to show John's graphic, right? But we'll show it anyway.
Yeah, my graphic has become
obsolete.
Been long gone. Honestly, you should put me in black and white now too. I've been evicted from the game.
Well, you're not evicted from our hearts. No, you're fine. You're fine. We're gonna leave you there.
Got absolutely decimated.
Team Regino's doing great. Only one hit.
I keep saying every week I think I'm gonna be in trouble this week, and like I keep somehow skating by, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna be in trouble this week.
It depends, because now we already found out now that this next HOH is going to be an invisible HOH, which I don't know.
And if I heard her, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
She said,
I
"Sorry,
go
go ahead,"
and then I
she
kept talking.
continued
I
to
know,
still
I know.
talk. Yeah. I'm glad you clocked it too.
That's why I stopped. I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore. I broke.
No, I was just gonna say I had seen some tweet about like how we were gonna get this double power of veto.
That's the same thing
this
I was
week.
gonna say. Yeah.
Oh, the
Right, but
power of multiplicity or something.
oh, duplicity. That's what it was. Duplicity.
Ah,
But the way
Oh,
that
I
Julie
did
was
not get a
saying it,
rounding affirmation there.
the way Julie was saying it implied it's gonna be another like double veto or something. Like at the end of the episode.
Okay, I would take that. Sorry, I saw Matt's comment, and I'm gonna say absolutely not.
We
Matt
already gave him a
mentioned that John should
freebie.
get
That's not
Cirie as-
fair.
Exact. Thank you. Yeah, I have to say I do agree with Gina there.
well, hold on a second
sorry,
here. I feel like
John
I
is out.
constantly get attacked.
He
I
lost
feel like
Luke.
I
Who
hold
Who
on.
was
Wait,
attacking
wait.
you? I
Hold
just said
on,
we already
hold
gave
on.
you a freebie.
Hold on a second here. I don't even want Cirie. I don't think it's fair for me to
Literally
get
no
Cirie.
one
But like
attacked
the
you.
idea
What
that
are you
like,
talking
oh,
about?
we like we let him have a freebie. It's like I didn't even ask for it. It wasn't even my idea.
All I said was we gave you a freebie already,
Right,
so
but
we're
it-
not
but
going
it
to give
doesn't
you
matter
another
'cause
one.
it-
That's not an attack. It's a fact.
Oh, right, like it did happen. It's not an attack. It's just it did happen, and because it happened is why you are most certainly not eligible to receive another treat. That's all. That's all.
Well,
Anybody
I
attacking you in this
listen.
field?
We said a long time ago too that it wouldn't be fair for any of us to get Cirie. So
Right. So why you coming for us? Like we're
I'm not
all
coming
in
for you.
agreement, and you're mad at us.
no,
We
because-
agree. You shouldn't get
because-
Cirie. You agree. We agree. We're done.
No, it's because the second that Matt's comment about John should get Cirie as default, Gina went, he already got a freebie. It's like I didn't even ask for this
You
freebie.
did!
I'm not asking for
But
Cirie. I know
nobody
you did.
said
I
you
did.
asked for it. Yo. We're not
I just
going
feel like-
to-
Excuse me.
No, I'm just
I did
saying,
not
I'm just
say that
saying.
you claimed a freebie. I said we gave you one.
I'm just saying that the way that Gina said that felt like it was kind of coming for me a little bit, and I'm saying I'm not asking for Cirie. I didn't ask for Red. I felt like it was like he already got a freebie. I know. I don't need it.
So stupid. Well, thank you all for stalling because I was able to get my picture in. I took a hit. I took a hit, y'all. I only got Miss Felicia. I still got Jag. Still got Jag. Listen, not in a bad place, though. Not in a bad place. Y'all was trying to give it to him on the Twitter. I'm not saying y'all is Gina and John. I don't want to get canceled the second I remove this graphic. I don't want John to get mad again. But I'm just saying, like, people are trying to discount. People have been trying to discount Jag for a long time on BB Twitter. Let me tell you something. This man is in a good position with my de facto husband, Matt Klotz.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the duo.
Really well.
I like
We
that
love the
duo
Minutemen.
a
We
lot.
love the Minutemen. What time is it? I don't know how to use it. That's how they tried that and it didn't work either, right? It fell flat. How much time do we have left? A minute. Doesn't work either. I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Stop, Matt. Stop. Still got kitty purr. If I knew anything about that nonsense when I picked her, I would not have. Okay. So like, no, I do not co-sign on that nonsense. All right, so that's that. So Bowie Jane put up Cam. Obviously, Cam left on tonight. Again, not the best move for Bowie Jane's game. She's everyone's third, which is not a great position to be in, but I do think that there's some potential for that to play out nicely. Because I think that also people don't really view her as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, like, she could very, very easily become someone else's number two.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, like, she is the easy person to bring to the end because I'm sure everybody knows no one's gonna give her the win,
True, but I do think there's enough time left in this game to be able to craft an argument around this being the plan all along. It depends on how she turns things up.
Well, yeah, but she has to, again, have the foresight to be able to do that, which I don't know if she has a game mind in that way.
You doubt her being able to turn things around. It's already over. Bowie Jane's
I don't know if her brain is in the game in that way.
Damn. Sorry, Australia.
Sorry, Australia.
Damn.
All of Australia.
Damn. All of you down under, you fucked.
I wonder if the Australian audience has paid attention to the season at all, because the first Australian, just because we are Big Brother Australia fans, and I'm curious if because of Bowie Jane being the first Australian on our version, if maybe any Australians are tuning in.
They would only, I feel like they would have only stuck in this long if they actually liked our format of the game, because I don't think that Bowie Jane did enough in the beginning that, like, if they were a little jarred by our format, they would have bounced, because we didn't really get enough of Bowie Jane in the beginning. It wasn't really until the Bye Bye Bitches went against her in the much ballyhooed red eviction that we actually got to see anything of her. Every single time with Game Talk, like we discussed, like, she bounced and she just wasn't there. So, like, what Australian was sticking in support of her when we weren't seeing her? Bowie Jane was the wrong Australian to rope in. If you want to rope in an Australian to get people to pay attention to us, like, where is Tim Dormer? What is he doing?
Tim Dormer.
Like,
oh my God. Could you imagine?
What is happening? No, I can't imagine. I think he would run circles around all these hoes. The only one that I think that would give him a run for his money would be Cirie and Corey. Because as much as I don't really enjoy Corey as much anymore, I do think he has a game sense. I do think he has a good understanding of what's going on, like, in the game and around him. But otherwise, I don't think any of these people could actually stand up to Tim.
God, oh my God! If we were watching a season with Tim Dormer and Cirie, my God, I would lose my mind.
Maybe this winter we can watch the BB Can season that he played in.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
It would be fun. A little legacy watch. We'll think about it. We'll talk about it. Feels like a really good time to get into our fan favorite segment. It's time to judge Julie. Y'all better gather round. Gotta redo the audio for that. It's very not good. I think
it's
Julie.
Great. What do you mean?
I think Julie was also unenthused this week. She didn't even bother to post her outfit, so I had to take this picture of my TV. Once again, we're getting the dirty denim. I don't love it. I did like the glasses. I thought that was cute. Made it look like she was really dialed into things. She's thinking. She's being intellectual, really thinking about the strategy of the game.
She's thinking.
She's thinking. She's in it. What did you think of Miss Chen Moonvez's getup on this?
I mean, well, obviously Julie looked exquisite.
Did she though? Did she? Was this the best week for that gag?
I like the glasses. I think
the glasses are cute.
What'd you say, Gina?
I said I think the glasses were cute. I think the outfit was fine, but the vibe was cute. You know what I mean?
Right. What do you think, John?
I totally agree with you that of all the weeks to use the word, I mean, look what she was wearing a couple weeks ago, right? That was the night for exquisite.
The hair.
This was not.
Yes, this was we already did this week. We already said goodbye to Cam. Y'all got me coming in on a Thursday to say goodbye again.
Yeah, this outfit.
Where's my
this
jeans?
outfit? This outfit tonight looked like she got up this morning, got dressed in her normal clothes, showed up at the studio, for call time, and the costume person was like, "All right, Julie, let's get you into wardrobe," and she was like, "No, this week sucked." That's what this week. That's what this was, and are we getting more denim this season than ever before?
She's worn jeans twice, y'all.
No, right. I think 3 times. Now.
Even twice is honestly 2 times too many as far as I'm concerned. You only show up to work once a week. Put on some real clothes. You know what I mean? That's like me going into my job. I go into the office once a week and I just wear jeans every time? Like, what is that? Like, put on some good clothes. Put on some good clothes. It's like she went in the corner of her bedroom. She picked up like some jeans that just like lay in a pile of floor. No, these are good enough.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my God.
But even with all that, I would still give her a tepid because those glasses were hella cute. Damn it.
I'm giving it a knot. I'm just going straight up knot.
Oh,
Yeah.
the disrespect. Miss Felicia smiling down as you give our lady a knot. Damn. Okay.
A brown shirt on eviction night.
Ugh.
It was a very brown week. It was like just a boring week. Like brown shirt, boring shirt for a boring week.
The brown didn't actually bother me. I shot a matching necklace. Jeans. What'd you think?
I give it a fine.
Ooh, a fine in temperature talk translates to tepid. So, sorry, Julie. Listen, the tea bag is not steeping. Okay. Just floating some cold ass water. Pathetic. Boo, hiss, as my mother would say.
I feel like it's been a weird season though for her, some of her looks too, because I feel like there's been times where we're like, man, she's been killing it the last few weeks. Like she either has like the most gorgeous outfit, like totally hot, or it's just like, oh, I just threw on my jeans tonight, my old dirty jeans,
just stinking up the joints.
And they're old, dirty, stinky jeans. Like,
well, I'm assuming they're not though. I'm saying she sniffed them. At least that was the level of effort we put into the sucker. So that's that. Sorry, Julie. Hopefully we see you next week. We got multiple things going on next week, like powers and things like that. So you listen, 2 powers, right? Because we have an invisible HOH, which is super exciting. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. And then this power of duplicity. Which you all said before we started the stream. This was centered around the veto. I kind of missed that.
When she was doing her like what's coming up in the week, what like episodes on what night, when she was going over the Tuesday episode, she said it was like related to the veto.
Okay,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So I mean, if this is like another double power veto, we did see that kind of before in like BB23, didn't we? With that in the high rollers room and something like that. So.
I remember Kyland having it. I don't remember like under what circumstances.
Right. I remember exactly. I remember nothing that came from it.
It was Kyland and Alyssa, I think, who ended up winning it, but I don't remember like what the.
Right. Like maybe only one person used it and the other didn't, or like something like that. In this setup, it could be very, very interesting to see, especially if you're working with an invisible HOH. So I wonder if they just have to announce like what's happening with the video and they just go back in secret and the HOH does something, or maybe it's predetermined. Like, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. Certainly interesting to get into. And we'll be doing that on Monday for sure at 10:30, because I'm sure we'll have all the scoop when we do our spoiler stream. Another double S. You know I love my alliteration. Spoiler stream on Monday. That's at 10:30 Eastern. I haven't got much else, to be honest. It's just like a real bummer because, you know, this is my shit. But I would love to review this new map that we have from our friend, you know, BB Junkie. You can find him on Twitter. At like, what is that? Razor Skate 89, I believe, is the hand.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. We love these maps. So we've got the 5, you know, Matt and Jag, Corey in America, and then Bowie. So while she's not a 3rd, she's still a 5th. Either way, she's the odd one out, first to go. The comment here says Blue also thinks she's in a 5 without Bowie. Wow, I didn't even notice her until after I read that. There she is. Her face is there. And you know, and that's what's interesting about this too. That really like kind of solidifies what we've been saying. Right? It's like, so Bowie's like very easily swapped out with Blue because she's not actually in anything. Yikes, not a good place to be. We have the Minutemen, like we had discussed, you know, Matt and Jag. They seem to have a final 3 with Blue. And they also have a final three with Bowie. Once again, confirming what we've been saying. Everyone's third. So Corey tells Bowie she is their third. I guess that's for AmeriCorey or Comerica, as they like to call themselves. I think AmeriCorey is far more fun. They're getting their own names wrong. The bookends, Cirie and Felicia. I've never heard of that. And I certainly thought that whatever relationship they had was already like long gone.
It feels like it feels like it's like a relationship out of like necessity almost.
Yes,
like
yes.
Like they don't really fully trust each other, but they kind of have to work together. Like to
right. What else do we have? Who else am I teaming up with?
Yeah, because there's so many. You know, it feels like with these other duos in the house between Matt and Jag and Corey in America, it's like kind of forces you to work with people that you don't necessarily even want to work with. Like
right. Well, we'll see. You know, a lot of these alliances end up being real because other things don't pan out. So
yeah,
you know,
it just feels like especially this season, it just feels like none of the alliances has any alliance really lasted more than a week. Like, you know, like none of them feel real.
Bye Bye Bitches lasted more than a week, but that's also because they were not actually.
But like, did that? Yeah.
Right. You can't really say they made it so far because they were already like they were never in danger. So you don't really get to get credit for that. There's an unnamed trio between Jag, Matt, and Cirie. We've seen that. We've seen many conversations with them talking. I do put a little bit of faith in that. Certainly more so than any agreement that, you know, Bowie has with anyone. And what the hell is this Belgium? There's a final four between Matt and Jag, Corey and America. I didn't hear that name before, but like I could see some benefit in the four of them working together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's I don't know how long that would last though. It seems like they want to go after each other right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know how real that is.
I don't know how real that is either. It's real as long as I need it, and if I don't, then you're out of here.
And I love just the random Cameron on the bottom left, just no alliances again.
Just a reason to put him in the picture, and they gave him that black background. Also sad, no alliances again. Poor guy. Well, it doesn't matter. He's out of here. You know, which he knew he would be, but. Oddly, I kind of think that's it. Crazy that I don't really have another thought, unfortunately.
Yeah, everything else we got in this episode was filler for the most part.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So bummed that we didn't get. Oh wait, did Cameron the first time he got evicted? Did Cameron get goodbye messages? Do you remember? Because he didn't get them tonight.
I don't think so because it was the double, so everything was rushed.
Right. So like, because we didn't get them tonight either, which I was like, there were certain ones that like might have been fun. Like it might have been fun to see what Felicia said about Cameron finally being evicted and all that. Like,
it might have even been interesting to see what America said, especially when, like, you know, she's trying to manage jury votes and things like that, and knowing that he's the first one out, and going into jury. That would have been interesting.
Yeah,
you know, their relationship has been pretty interesting with weird ups and downs as we've been going on.
We're in jury. Like I've seen people leave without getting goodbye messages before, but usually by the time you get to jury, because we've seen people use goodbye messages as a strategy. So I don't know that I've ever seen somebody go to jury without hearing anything about like, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Because you know that like, you know, for any of the pre-jurors, if they don't get goodbye messages, Julie's pretty much going to be like, this is what happened. This is why you're here. Here's what's going on in the house. She doesn't give any information to anybody when they go to jury. So the only way that anybody has to damage control is in the goodbye messages. You know, this is what happened. This is why you're seeing this. Sorry. Peace out.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, especially in a jury that is a little bit smaller than we've typically seen in the past couple of years. Yeah, that's interesting that he didn't get anything. And I wonder if that's a trend that will continue. Like, do the people in the house, like, did they record goodbye messages that ended up not being seen? Like, do they think they're doing some of that damage control? That'll be interesting.
I mean, from my understanding, every week they do 2 goodbye messages. Always.
Right.
Like whether they're shown or not.
That's interesting. There are a couple of questions here. Matt wants to know if there's ever been an invisible HOH before. I believe there has.
Yeah.
Let's say if not an HOH, then definitely like an invisible veto. Or no, maybe not even that. Definitely.
No, there's definitely been like secret HOHs before.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it. And I think that their veto selections was pre-done. Wasn't Claire one in BB23?
Claire might have been one. I think
that sounds familiar.
Casey might have been one in 20 as well.
Hey, who all gonna be there? Y'all gonna be there?
Hi.
What's going on, y'all? Hi. Welcome to the conversation. Matt also wants to know like what we thought of Matt's moment in the HOH room.
Yes, I'm glad this was.
What moment was this? When he walked out?
He walked out of the bathroom, yeah, because there were multiple people in the room. They were whispering. I think it was Jag in America, maybe.
Oh, I thought that was in the bathroom, like the public bathroom.
Right, in the bathroom. Well, it was in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then he stormed out and
he
went
got
up
up.
to HOH.
Yeah, he got up and was
okay.
he was like, I don't like the whispering. Like, I'm just gonna go, and like he started to walk out, and then we saw him up in the HOH room, and he got, he got emotional, and Jag came in and talked to him. I'm glad that like we got to see some of this. Like, I feel bad that he's struggling, but like, it's good that they're showing like what the game is like, has been like for Matt, I think, in there and everything. And like, I'm so glad that Matt's on this season. He's become one of my favorite cast members. And I'm glad that he does have Jag, who's been like, working with him and making sure that he's like, communicating with him. Cause I know that was something that we talked about after Riley got evicted too. Like Riley and Matt were so close, and I was, was wondering how Matt would, how he would do, once Riley was gone, how it would affect him. So,
I love the
sad.
I love the Felicia piece to this conversation too, because she, after he was talking to Jag, they showed a conversation between Matt and Felicia, and she was very much like, yeah, no, it's like, when you go to another country and everyone's speaking another language and you're just like standing there listening to that, like, you do what you can, but like it's hard. And then she went on to, mention how like it's so impactful to have him here, like the representation that he's bringing to the season. And it was a really sweet moment to watch.
It was a sweet moment, and I especially felt bad because what was it? It was the conversation between Blue and where he had this moment. Like what brought this on? What was the conversation?
So they were in the bathroom, and it was America, I believe, whispering to like Matt and Jag, and then when she whispers and he's trying to read her lips, but then she turned her head so he couldn't see her face or hear her, and he was like, well, if you're gonna turn your head away from me and you're just gonna whisper, I'm just gonna go. And she was like, oh no, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, don't apologize. I'm just gonna go. There's no reason for me to be here if you're gonna whisper.
Right. And part of me almost kind of feels a little bit bad for Blue in this moment too.
It was America, not Blue.
I'm sorry. So America. So I feel bad for America then. I feel bad for whoever kind of caused this moment, you know, because, as Big Brother super fans as we are, and actually even more so because it is America, that America is a fan of this show. Like she's watched it before. Like we would know to be in a room like this and be talking strategy and be whispering like this. And I do think that there certainly could be a moment where we're just not thinking like, oh my gosh, like, you're deaf and you can't hear this. So like, I'm whispering because this is how I know the game to be. Like there have even been times that like, I'll be talking to myself in my own home and I'm talking about the game, like whispering like this because I just feel like, because that's how everybody else talks. And it's like, wait, Kyle, why are you whispering? You live alone. And it's like, I could totally understand a moment like where that could happen. Like you really, really didn't mean for that to be like an offensive thing. But I understand like both sides. And that's where I kind of feel bad for that, because I'm sure that like, if she was cognizant of that moment and like what that was for him, I really don't think like.
Oh, and you could see she felt so bad as soon as like he started getting upset about it. She was like, shit. Like I
right. And I could very, very easily see like even me doing that, as much as really love him. Like I married him and he doesn't know it. And I could I could see that, especially when you're talking about turning your head. Like, I mean, how many times we're recording a podcast, we don't always look at the camera. We don't always look
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
Really, really tricky thing, but not to minimize his frustration with it. If I was
But I
him, I'd
also
also
don't think, I also don't think that it was like, I don't think in that moment, like even if America turned her head and was whispering, like, I don't even think Matt was like upset with her or angry with her. I think at this point they've been in there for what, 72 days? Is it
Something
now?
like that, yeah.
Right? Like so they've been in there for over 2 months, and Matt's probably been in this situation before where people were
1,000
whispering.
times, yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
maybe it bothered him, but he didn't say anything about it, kind of let it roll off because he knew Jag was there or Riley was there, whoever, and he knew that they would fill him in, after the fact, and maybe he just let it go, but I feel like after 2 months of being in rooms,
It
especially,
builds, yeah.
especially because
Sure
like
it
he
does,
was
sure it
part of the
does.
conversation, and he was part of that conversation when they were all talking, and like you said, Kyle, like America's not like thinking about it necessarily. It's just she's getting ready for bed or whatever. She's in the bathroom doing whatever she is, like, and it's like, so you turn your head, like, not on purpose, but it's like after 2+ months of that, I could totally see Matt just being like, this is so frustrating. I hate this. I'm just gonna leave. Like,
Yeah.
so I
Right,
think,
how come you don't know better? How come you don't know better? But also in her defense, could have just been one of those moments where like you just weren't thinking. Like,
Yeah.
and you should. You definitely should. You should be a little bit more cognizant of that. But
Because even
I
so, like,
just see just slipping and making a mistake. That's all.
because you saw him like crying upstairs in the HOH with Dragon. It wasn't like, I can't believe America did that. Like, he wasn't mad at people.
Right.
It seems
Right.
less so, even just like in general, as it like builds. It didn't seem like he was mad at the people in the house. It seems like he was frustrated more with just like his situation.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean? Like,
exactly
it
the
didn't seem like
same. Yeah.
it didn't seem like he was angry at anybody. He was just like, oh, I hate that this is so hard for me,
Right. That's the exact feeling that I got from it too, Gina. It was just like, I'm frustrated with the situation. I'm not angry at anybody. I'm just frustrated with how this is. Yeah.
Yeah. A sad moment. Not the note I wanted to go out on. But I have nothing else. You want to look at this mugshot again? Here's your president.
Oh my god, Kyle!
That's not the note I want to go on add on, but I thought that was a little bit better.
What about this? What about this?
Tell me things.
Always time for a good Lidl,
The best, the absolute best. Yeah, that's the way we go. Matt wants to know where the inmate number is. Listen, that is still saved. That is still saved.
Unhinged.
God,
you're welcome. You're welcome. Everyone's favorite, not president. Okay.
My God.
There he is.
Get it out of here.
It's gone. It's gone. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. So what? It's so silly. It's so stupid.
Oh wow.
So what do we have coming up? What's coming up? Monday. There's a lot of stuff going on, right? So Monday, we've got Survivor 45 again, right? That's at 8:30. Matt, don't miss that. What the hell are you talking about? You thought it was at 9. You thought that we would have time to do Survivor in a half hour and then do the challenge at 9:30? Like, get it together and get your life in order. So
this was like a banger episode of Survivor this week too.
I haven't seen it yet.
This was a great episode. There are so many amazing moments. So yes, absolutely. Survivor 45 at 8:30 on Monday. And then 9:30, we're doing the Challenge USA, which is basically like finale eve, right? We have a lot going on in that world. Really excited to dive into that. Josh from Who All Gonna Be There is going to be joining us that night, because apparently his podcast dropped the challenge because y'all don't care anymore. I don't know what happened over there in that house, but we're still coming over here, and Josh is coming over for a little family dinner. And then 10:30, we're doing Big Brother 25. So hopefully we definitely know what's happening, really, with all these twists, right? We should know what's going on in the individual HOH, the invisible HOH. We should know what's happening with this power of duplicity, see what's going on with this whole veto situation. So there's certainly going to be a lot going on Monday. But first, like, I've decided to go rogue, okay? Because John and Gina seem to not really care about the reboot of BBUK.
I don't have time, Kyle.
I do care. I just haven't gotten to watch it yet.
They don't seem to care. Just disregarding.
There's only so many hours in a day.
Just saying, it is rough to keep up with it, because it is on 6 days a week. It started 6. It's on every day but Saturday.
Oh my god!
The premiere
hour-long episodes
was on Sunday. That was 90 minutes. Every episode after that has been an hour. I have watched every single episode. I decided to spin off and do my own little chat about it. So I'm just going to be sitting here talking to myself for about 25 minutes. So good luck if you get to the end of it. We love you. Thank you for that. I called the little spin-off, consider me chuffed. They wanted to use some British slang to really make sure that our British friends feel very, very comfortable having a chat with me. So those of you who don't know, what does chuffed mean in slang?
I always something about the word chuffed. Every time I hear someone say it, I think it's a bad. It sounds like it would be a word for something bad. Like I'm pissed,
Right. Like in Australia, we say like, "Oh, you stuffed it," right? Like it means you did something bad.
Oh, you really. Yeah, like you really chuffed up there. Chuff you.
Right.
Chuffed always makes me think pissed. I don't know why. It's not true, and it throws me off every time.
Chuffed means you're really pleased or delighted. And I have to say that I am quite pleased and delighted with BBUK. I'm having a very, very good time. There's a lot of format changes that I'm still trying to understand. I don't understand how I watched 5 episodes of Big Brother. We have a public vote eviction happening on tomorrow. Today, if anyone British is watching. And there are 2 people on the block, and I don't even know how they got there. All right, that was not covered in the episode. Apparently, it was like unveiled like in Big Brother Late and Live that comes on after like the after show. I don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm really looking for a lot of clarity. We're going to stream this sucker after this, like, so what, it's 12:11 right now, like, so maybe like 12:30, like 12:45, just gonna just put it up. It's really just me rambling to myself, literally going through every single person.
Oh, you already recorded it?
I already recorded. I did it.
Oh, I thought you were going live after we were done.
No, I'm not going live because I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know what's going on. I didn't even watch it back. I'm just putting it up. That's going to be the end of that. I'm absolutely chuffed to be sharing it with you. I ran down every single person, gave my little American thoughts on it. It should be a good time. It's gonna be really, really interesting. Getting a lot of shreds here, 6 times a week, absolutely not. Hey, who all gonna be there? Not them. It's because we got the British Canada and House of Villains as well. I know there's so much to do. I am actually also keeping up with the Traders Canada. We do need to find some time to do that. Like Kuzi is in there. We're having a very, very good time. There's some requests here regarding House of Villains. Listen, I don't have live TV, right? So I do understand it's going to be on Peacock the day after. Johnny Bananas is there. I'll be watching. Okay, so I don't know if we're covering that either. If I have to cross the pond and go back to the reality guys, see what they're doing. But like, I definitely would like to talk about it. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of trailers. I think I'm confused as to like what specifically that show is, because like, I think in my head, it was just like a reality show like all the other ones. But then I saw somebody say that it's like almost a parody of reality shows. So like, is it like them purposefully being shitty to each other as like a haha? Or is it just
like, I have to say, I'm not gonna like that.
Game?
I'm not gonna like that. If you're just being
I saw some kind of blurb that was like, oh, it's a parody of the genre. So I'm like, okay, so are they just being like, are they making a haha? Or is this
I
like
don't want a haha.
Game?
I don't. The amount of times that ha ha has been used in the last like 2 minutes is like,
because we're actually using it as an adjective, as a verb. We're using ha.
It's a ha ha. I say it all the time.
Listen,
I don't know what
I'm
you're
not
talking
here
about.
for a haha. There's too many other things going on. Like there's BBUK 6 times a week. We still have Big Brother 25 3 times a week. Survivor. We have the challenge. We have the Traders Canada. Get the fuck out of here with a haha. There's no time for joking. All right. So either you're in it to win it or you're not in it at all. All right. So what's up? I mean, I will be watching. We're gonna check out the first episode, but if I get any sense of a haha, we're out of here.
There's just too much. There's too much happening. There really is just way too much happening.
Ain't nobody
So
got time for it.
I'm watching Loki too. Like I'm doing Loki, the Marvel show. So I'm like,
Loki.
everything's swamped.
Yeah, girl, I work 2 jobs. I don't got time for a haha.
I work 1 job, but I work over 40 hours a week and I only get paid for 40. So like I technically should have 2 jobs for the amount of work I put in. But yeah. Look, people are agreeing. Who are gonna be there? Not them. If it's a haha, we ain't gonna watch either. So we'll see what's going on. Maybe there's a possibility here of like maybe doing like a 3 or 4 episode like clump, and maybe we can all go there. And like maybe we can just like do like a pre-record or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, you all gonna be there?
You can invite my mom, the Reverend. She's watching the Loki. She's like, "You're watching Loki?" I said, "No, mommy, no." She's like, "Oh, it's very good."
He said she's watching the Loki.
She is. She's watching the Loki.
I want to talk about Loki with all gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm inviting myself.
No, maybe we should do like a non-reality like spin-off thing. Listen, everybody get out there and just feel yourselves. Just, you know, get out there and do whatever you want to do. You know, we're here at the Loki. Also want to know any Wheel of Timers. I want to be a Wheel of Timer. I just it's giving me Game of Thrones desperation, and it's like
ooh.
Right, it's just rubbing me wrong. Like I want to be interested in it, but I just feel like you're such a wannabe that like it's a little turned off. You know, but Matt, no, I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry. In this house, it's never morphin time. Like unless we're talking about what was her name, Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Unless she's back, I'm not in it.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
Wow.
Just
hey,
real
listen.
Real talk. Hey.
You got to stick by your principles, you know? I get it.
Listen, if I don't have my principles, what do I have?
Exactly.
Just tits and booze.
Oh my God.
That's so stupid. All right, so that's what's going on. Anything else for the benefit of the community? It's a much better note than we were going out on before.
Gosh.
I don't even remember the somber note that it was before, but
I know.
Whatever it was that made us bring up Donald Trump's mugshot. We were really hitting like new depths of depravity where we had to bring that up.
You want to talk about a ha-ha. That's a ha-ha.
Now that's a ha-ha. Y'all are so stupid. You stupid asses can find us in the socials at Strat Chat Pod. And sometimes we post in the blue sky where the skies are clue and blue.
Clue and blue.
That is it. I think that's it. You know, thank you all for hanging out. This ended up being a really, really fun stream, you know, despite the fact that Bowie Jane's HOH really let us down in a big way.
And Julie's outfit.
Ooh, I know. Double denim. We're done.
Double denim.
We're done. We're out of here. Please comment on some of the BBUK content. I have a lot of questions that I ask in this thing because I really don't understand a lot of the things that are going on. So if you're a BBUK, you know, SME, does anybody know SME? Not Peter Pan. Is this just like a work acronym that only I know? We call it a SME, a subject matter expert, a SME.
Literally, all I was thinking about was Shmi from Peter Pan until you said not Peter Pan. So I'm glad that you clarified.
No, if you are a BBUK SME, okay, a subject matter expert, then like please comment because I have a lot of questions. I don't understand what's going on. Like again, I still don't understand why we have 2 people on the block and we don't we didn't put them up there. Nothing happened. Like, I don't know, it's very strange. Like, their episodes, if you guys do end up watching, some of their episodes just stop. Like, literally stop. Like, I'll be like hitting my
Sopranos
iPad.
style, like Sopranos
Yes,
finale
like literally,
style.
yeah, honestly, like literally like that. You'll be sitting there and like you'll be watching somebody talking to DR and like you kind of like hitting the screen. You're like, what do you mean I only have 30 seconds left? And somebody be like, yeah, I don't really know like what's wrong with her. Like, bugger off. Right. And all of a sudden it's like bonk. And it's like, it's over. And like, what? In the middle of the confessional? It's like, what the hell is going on? I'm telling you, like, really, really bizarre. Like, again, I'm having a good time, but I have a lot of questions. All right. So that's that. All right.
Hey, you all gonna be there? I love. Why would you put yourself through that?
Through what? BBUK, get out of here. It's Big Brother. We're here for it. Listen, my passport is stamped. Okay. That's the best I had. It's time to go. Thank you all.